Geese. Getting Killed is the latest album from New York rockers Geese, and it's certainly making some waves online. And that's largely down to the interest in lead singer Cameron Winter's debut album, which was released in the tail end of 2024 and which I have not yet listened to, but I will. In and of itself though, Getting Killed is a record that's rather hard to pin down, not that it is nebulous in tone or content, but that it is just so off kilter. At its heart is a plea for freedom and liberation from the self, from society, and from forces that compel us to conform. But there's a kind of desperation woven into Winter's lyrics and his performances that elevate this beyond the level of just easy to digest disengagement. Lay all that alongside some balls to the wall instrumentals and you have got a white knuckle ride of an album that is shaping up to feature on pretty much everyone's end of year list. Starting at the beginning, as one should, opening track Trinidad is like the slow ride into an amusement park ghost train ride. Winter repeats the words I tried so hard over this loping guitar and sort of flimsy rhythm from drummer Max Basson, before out pops JPEG Mafia of all people to join in this screamed chorus of "There's a bomb in my car." That was good. That was a good impression. Following that is the George Harrison, Hare Krishna sunniness of Cobra, which on first glance might seem like a tonal whiplash, but dive into the lyrics which read like the ramblings of a toxic boyfriend and you might start to see things a little bit differently. Now, George Harrison is far from the only retro touchstone that Geese revive on this album. There's flashes of Byrne, Bowie, Cohen, and Cave, and part of the audacious closing track, Long Island City, Here I Come, is framed as a conversation between Winter's narrator and the long-deceased Buddy Holly. This utterly surreal track is, from my frame of reference, the most classically post-punk number on the album. Elsewhere, the title track samples an Eastern European white voice choir as it ponders whether life can ever be enough. And on Husbands, instruments emerge into the mix as if they're just passing by the studio door, and the whole track feels like it's holding its breath. Meanwhile, Au Pays du Cocaine is the opposite. It's straightforward refrain feeling like a long, sad exhale. The real high point for many of us, though, is the single Taxes. It's this shambling kind of number with looped backing vocals like choirs of cartoon birds that sees Winter giving two fingers to the idea of paying taxes, which somewhere along the way opens out into this clear-eyed, almost bizarrely straight-up arena rock palette. For want of a better word, it's a real mindfuck of a pivot for an album that up until this penultimate track has thrived on being utterly individual and iconoclastic. So I don't know about you, but it's pretty clear to me that Getting Killed has made me a Geese fan. For all of its inbuilt darkness, it's a really fun and beguiling listen that is just so discombobulating and intricate that I feel like I'm running through an auditory hedge maze. It's going to go down as one of the coolest and most surprising rock records of the year, and I think it deserves that acclaim.